Hey family, friends and fans, and welcome basically to my channel. Thank you for your subscriptions, thank you for the likes, especially the likes. Oh people, I need those likes. So I'm going to do your questions and answers video today. Yes I am. I know it's been a long time coming. Yeah, I've had kind of a bad week. Literally just been feeling down, not up for it at all. But I'm back, baby. So let's do your questions. And I've had quite a long time to think about these questions. I know I did videos before, but the main video just would not upload. It's because I was playing music in the background. Oops, bad me. So yeah, YouTube wouldn't post it basically, or if they were waiting for something, I don't know, because I didn't get an email like that. Anyway, I digress. Your questions. So first lot of questions goes to Donna. Hey Donna. Now she asked me, do I believe in aliens? Okay, short answer to that is yes, I do. I do not for 1 second believe that we are the only living creatures, whatever, out there. And then it brings me to her second question, which was, do you think that they live amongst us? Okay, now this is going to sound crazy, but it depends, I suppose, on your definition of aliens. What do they look like? If they look like us, good chance that they are, but that they don't, you know, how do we know what they look like? So you've heard these stories, right, of it raining frogs or it raining toads. How do we know that they didn't come from another planet and something happened, they all fell down here and they are actually in fact aliens? Just saying. Don't know. Honest to truth, don't know, Donna. Just don't know. Okay? So then she asked me, this could get me a lot of not hate as such, but disagreements. Do we still need family, she asked me. The royal family. Okay. So, honest truth, my actual opinion is, did we ever need them in the first place? What have they ever done? What do they do? Open restaurant, cut a few ribbons here and there. Like, seriously, what do they do? I get kind of the Queen, right? She's supposed to have the last word on the government say-sos on things. I don't think she does. I think there's a lot more that goes on knows nothing about. Or maybe she does, but keeps stum. Who knows? Anyway, short answer is, did we ever really need them in the first place, Donna? Because I don't get what they do for us. They do nothing. Sit in their palaces and do what? Who knows? Anyway. So, thank you, Donna, for your questions. The next question is from Neil. Hey, Neil. And his simple question was, how old is my dog? So Max is 11, nearly 12. He'll be 12, I think, in March. No, May. May. He'll be 12 in May. Yeah, there's your answer. Thanks for your question. Right. Then I'm going to jump a couple of questions ahead here of who, basically. And I'm going to jump to... oh my gosh. Karina. Okay. So Karina, how long that I've lived down south for? Basically, I've lived all over. I was born in Leeds, but my mum moved me to Manchester when I was about 2. Grew up in Manchester. Moved back to Leeds when I was about 11. And then I probably was in Leeds only about 5 years before I moved down south. I've been down south now for 23 years, give or take. Yeah, 23 years. I'd say I have a strange accent compared to others, because the southerners say I don't sound southern, I still sound northern, but the northerners say I don't sound northern at all, I sound southern. So I'm a kind of a mixture of accents. Yeah, 23 years, Karina, 23 years. Thank you for your question. Second question that was, how long have me and my partner Will been together? 11 years, dear. Happily. We've had our moments, don't get me wrong, but yeah, 11 good years. Thank you for your question. Okay, moving on. So, my auntie, Maureen, asked me what my first thought was when joining this bunch we call a family. So, at the age of 14, my mum went to care. She basically just gave up on me. Reckoned I was a horrible child, that I changed overnight when I became a teenager and she couldn't handle me anymore, and blah, 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 blah. Long story short, she put me in care, okay? Now, I went to 3 different kids' homes before I was fostered. I could have been fostered straight away if I'd have had a decent social worker that had have actually told me this. Unfortunately, he didn't exactly tell me that they wanted to foster me. He just told me they'd been asked, blah, blah. So at that time, the way I was feeling, I was in a kid's home, I was angry at my mother and very hurt. I didn't take any notice really, just was like, okay, so some people have been asking about me, big whoop. That's what I actually thought. That's kind of how my brain was back then. But when I did get fostered, after being in care for that long, I would say my initial thoughts, feelings, whatever, was gratitude. I was literally so grateful that someone still wanted to foster me, because teens don't get fostered. They told me that as soon as I went into care. Teens don't get adopted or fostered. They all want babies, toddlers, even young children, but it's rare that anybody over the age of, say, 8, 9 gets a home, because people just don't want to foster older kids or adopt older kids. So yeah, gratitude is my answer. Okay, moving on. Jodie asked me, my niece Jodie asked me, oh thanks Auntie Maureen for your question by the way, yeah, asked me what was life like for me as an 18-year-old, and would I have done anything different. Okay, so when I was 17, my son was born by the time I was 18. I don't regret any of it, you know, wasn't planned or anything like that, but I don't regret a single minute of it. Would I differently? Maybe a couple of things, but no, because even though things didn't work out with his father and things like that, I don't regret that part of my life. I learned things from it, especially about myself. It helped me to develop into the person I am today, so no, I've got no regrets, and no, I wouldn't change anything, and yeah, that's that basically. Anyway, again, thank you Jodie for your question. Got next, we have Sarah Dow Sarah. Sorry. Anyway, Sarah, she wants to know how long did I know Will was the yin to my yang. How did I know Will was the yin to my yang? Okay, when I met him, yeah, I didn't really know that he was the yin to my yang. It wasn't until one particular day we was both round at a mutual friend's, and that mutual friend had to go out somewhere, so he left us both behind in his place while he went off doing whatever it was that he had to do, his errand that he had to run. While we was there, we just sat and chatted, and that was the first time I thought to myself, I really like this guy. This guy is on the same wavelength as me. We've got a lot of things that we think of similarly and things like that. And I guess that was the moment I knew he was the yin to my yang. And then yeah, I didn't stop then on and getting him and keeping him. Anyway, let's move on. Again, thank you Sarah for your question. Now, I have 2 people, well 3, but 2 people that asked me quite a number of questions in one, okay? But this one was from my friend Cliff. He asked me what Randonautica is. So I'm not going to tell you right now today, because I am going to go out and do some more randonauting, and when I do, I will explain it all then. I will do a little bit where I show the app and everything, and show you how it works and all that, because now I can, okay? So yeah, I will answer your question at a later date. Hope you don't mind. I know you don't. Yeah, anyway, thanks for your question though, by the way, because it's a good question, and it is, I've actually been meaning to explain for a while, so thank you. So anyway, let's move on to these two. I don't know who to start with. I'm going to start with the one that's got the least questions. So this is to Kirsty. Okay, Kirsty basically just asked me a bunch of random questions. She knows most of the answers to these questions, but she was just wanting to get me some questions. Love you, girl. Do love you. So first question was, what's my favourite? Now anyone that knows me knows my favourite colour is black. But my second favourite is, I suppose, like a burgundy colour, like a deep dark red. Love it. Which a lot of know, and I don't wear it a lot or anything like that, but it is one of my top favourite colours with black. Yeah, so there you go. Her second question was, how did I get my online name, Vampy Wolf? Right, this is kind of a, I think it's a long question, long answer, sorry, but might not be. So basically, some of you would have heard of this already, some of you will go, what the fuck is that? But basically, I joined a virtual world called Second Life because I've had a love of vampires ever since school days, pretty much. In the Lost Boys is my absolute favourite film. Love it, it's my favourite. I do like Blade, I do like Underworld, I do like Byzantium, Let Me In, various other films, vampire films. But when I joined Second Life, it was because I knew about Bloodlines, which was an RPG in Second Life where I could be a vampire. I could be anything I wanted, but I could be a vampire. Now the thing in life is, it's somewhere for you to lose yourself in your imagination and get out of the real world for a while and into this virtual world and just, yeah, be somebody you want to be behind your screen. Nobody can see you, nobody knows, they just see your avatar, and you can make avatar absolutely perfect. So yeah, and they're anatomically correct, and yes, you can use those anatomically correct parts to do everything you think. Some people go on there looking for love. I don't recommend that, but I do know people have actually ended up coming out of Second Life, meeting up in real life and marrying. So it is possible, but it's not something I recommend doing. Joined there, I joined as Vampirus 35. I was 35 when I joined, so I Vampirus with a Y, 35. Anyway, over time, over like the next few days, my partner joined. When he joined Wolf. At first, we did try to have actual separate virtual lives, and even to the point where we were seeing different virtual people. In the end, we decided that just wasn't for us, it was too weird. Okay, so no, there was nothing actually going on, it was still too weird, even though it was virtual, still too strange. So we knocked that on the head and paired up on there, partnered. When we partnered, I'd already had my name shortened to Vampy by then. And when we were being Grim Wolf, I took on his wolf second name. He's a hybrid in there, I'm a pureblood vampire on Second Life. But my name then became Vampy Wolf, and it just stuck. So I think I've joined pretty much after that, like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everything I joined as Vampy Wolf. Part of it was because here I did think, you know, having my real identity out there could, I don't know, put me in some sort of situation where I could get hacked or identity theft and all that. Honest truth, I'm not that interested in them, and I don't earn a lot of money, so you're really sticky if you want to be me. If you want to steal my identity, good luck with that. Even I have no luck with my identity, so good luck. Anywho, yeah, so that's basically how Vampy Wolf came about. not just because I love wolves and I have an obsession with vampires. I won't say an obsession with vampires, but I do adore vampires. It's nothing to do with that. It was mainly to do with this Second Life virtual world. So I hope that answers your question. Then she asked me what made me decide to do YouTube. So basically, I've been watching YouTube videos now for probably about 2 years solid, right? So all started off when I watched a movie, about a Dybbuk box, and then I decided, are these Dybbuk boxes even real? So I went on YouTube and looked them up, and sure enough, people were buying Dybbuk boxes, opening them, blah blah blah, things was happening and all that. Then I moved on from that to paranormal investigators. That's when I first discovered people like, oh my gosh, Mosaji, and CJ Face, and I'm going to get his name wrong, I know it, Yakinho, Yasinko, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I know I've just butchered your name, Yaz, anyway, he's one of my favourites as well, I'm so sorry. I watched more of their videos, and then moved on to starting watching other people's more. I wanted to find people that was doing it in the UK, so I found a few of them, and I'm not kidding you, I found a lot of fakers. When you watch their content, you sat there going, really? I don't think so. Yeah, so you can tell when it's hoaxed, when it's put on, when it's faked. But a lot of what I did see from other ones, I did believe a lot of it. Then it got me thinking too, well, I know I could do that. I downloaded the Necrophonic app a long time ago. I've had a Ouija board for a long time. So yeah, I decided do that. I know I could do it. Not saying I could do it better, especially not better than the top guys, because they have the best equipment, they go to the best locations, they can get to these locations because money's no object for them. For me, it's going to be a little bit different. I might have to even set up some sort of like funding to help me to travel more than anything, and upgrade the cameras when I need, you know, because I'm going to need a better camera than this eventually, and to get the right equipment, able to do the investigations better, things like that. It will all go to the channel, believe me. If I do that, it will all go to the channel. If anyone's got any ideas or suggestions on how I go about doing that, please comment below and let me know, okay? Because I really do need to know. So yeah, also I've watched videos when I've watched them and I'm like, I could do that better. I know I could do it better. Some of them don't give the time for the Necrophonic to even answer them before they're bombarding it with a load more questions, right? You've got to think of this as a yes no thing, because a lot of them can say yes no very easily, but to actually try and make a whole sentence through the spirit box is difficult. 2 words if you're very lucky. Sometimes you'll hear what sounds like a sentence, but it's so garbled up you can't make it out. So you have to give them time, you have to give them patience, and you have to be understanding. And I noticed a lot of them don't. They ask them one question, before they even got the answer to that question, they're asking him another one and another one. Well, I know that I'm much more patient than that, so there's little things like that. Certain things that they forget to show you, or forget, like in these videos, right? And then they'll move on to another video, and they never explain to you in the next video what went on in the last one. They've been chased by someone, or something like that. When they're doing random notes, for example, they've been chased by someone, or something's happened. They never explain what went on. They just go on, move on. That annoys me. People want to know, you know. Anywho, that's partly why I started up a YouTube. Plus, it gives me something to focus on, because I don't have a lot going on in my life, so it gives me something to focus on. So, hope that answers your question, Kirsty. Thank you for these questions, by the way. Then her last question was, what music are you generally into? And she already knows the answers, but I'm generally into heavy metal, rock. Five Finger Death Punch being my absolute favourite band. But then I also like a ton, and I mean a ton, of other genres. I like rap, I like country music, I like R&B, I like Motown, I like some jazz, I like some classical, I like some pop. Oh my god, I could go on. Seriously, indie, grunge, the amount of different genres of music I'm actually into is unbelievable. But yeah, my absolute top favourites are definitely metal, rock. Sorry about that, I've got something come through on my phone. So that answers Kirsty's questions. Thank you again for your questions. I hope I've got enough time still on this video. Oh, it's not looking good. I think I've got about 2 minutes left or something. So next question is from Vicky, and it says, if you could live anywhere, where would you live and why? I've never really thought about it. I guess if I could live absolutely anywhere, it would probably be Rome, Egypt, or Hawaii maybe, just because they're beautiful, beautiful places with lots of history behind them and fantastic architecture. I don't really know what else I can say to that. What's your opinion on reality shows, and do you watch any? I don't watch TV at all, and reality shows are just not my thing. Love Island and all that, I'm sorry, but oh no, not my thing at all. Yeah, there you go. What's your weirdest habit? Okay, weird, I'm not so sure if I even have any weird habits. Don't know really how to answer that question, to be honest. Oh, okay, I do have a weird habit. So, I won't walk on 3 drains. I will literally walk a whole way around a path to avoid them. I'm really weird like that. I don't always like walking on certain cracks and things. Yeah, I have these weird things that I do when I'm walking anywhere. Most people are used to me, but some people have looked at me odd because I've crossed right across the path and stuff, and they're like, what are you doing? Or nothing. Or I'll miss a up or something, skip a step, some weird stuff like that. So yeah, I suppose that's a weird habit. Or it's OCD, or it's something, but I've never been diagnosed with OCD, so I don't think it's that. But yeah, there you go, there's a weird habit. Anyway, I move on. She says, what, I won't say the word, but what pees you off and why? Now I'm not going to answer this question, Vicky, because this is going on Vampy Spence, okay? Watch my Vampy Spence answers to that question, okay? Love you. Right. She then said, if you won £2,000, yeah, £2,000, what would you spend it on? Camera equipment, right? And probably, I don't know, travel expenses and something for Will's birthday, because that's coming up soon. So yeah, there you go. Okay, moving on. If you were an animal, what would, why? So I'd probably either be, sorry, my dog. I would either be a black panther, because I adore them and they're just amazing creatures, or I'd be a wolf, probably. Yeah, I'd probably be a wolf. Tigers I quite like too, but come here, come and sit here. Good, thank you. Yeah, so I'd probably be a wolf. Hey dude. Anyway, moving on. What is your dream job and why? I don't really have a dream job. I wanted to be an actress, but obviously that never happened, and I doubt it ever will. So yeah, that would have been my dream job, just because I love to use my imagination and I love to, I don't know, just, yeah, enjoy it. Love to act and be silly sometimes and be funny, and yeah, anyway, moving on. Would you like to be famous? Only YouTube famous. I don't think I'd want to be famous in the big wide world scheme of things. You get no privacy for a start. Everybody knows every intricate detail of your life, and I don't think I could live with that. Can't have a poop without someone being there, you know, and a window with a camera, so no. But YouTube fame, I wouldn't mind that. That would be cool. Especially if I had people actually coming up to me and going, oh my god, you're Vampy Wolf. That would be kind of cool. You're YouTube. Yeah, that would be fantastic. But I don't really care either way. I'm happy just being me. And have I ever met anyone famous, is her last question. yes, Virginia Hay Comic Con, I think, maybe, how many years ago was that now? I'm going to kill you in a minute, dog. Sorry, I'm not really. But he's whining because he's stuck in here with me and he doesn't really understand who I'm talking to. So he gets... Look, come here. Come here. Come here and say hello. You can't get in the shot. Anyway. So yeah, Virginia Hay. She was in Farscape. She was Zen in Farscape. She was painted blue. She did say that when we spoke to her and that paint they put on her was actually quite toxic and made her very ill, which I never knew about that. I asked her about her co-stars and she said that, because I asked her about Claudia Black, because I have the biggest crush on Claudia Black. And she said she was very, very similar to her character. So she's a bit bitchy then, I take it. Anywho, so yeah, she's the only person I've ever met. Virginia Hay, fantastic actress and beautiful woman. She really was. Lovely, loveliest woman. And that's it. Thank you, Vicky, for your questions. Love you too. Yeah, I think that's everybody. I've answered everyone. Well, Cliff, what was it you asked me about? Who was in my video? At the minute, I'm not going to say who she was because I don't actually know if she wants to be mentioned. So yeah, I'm going to leave that open because, yeah, for her, not for anything else. Anyway, guys, thank you again for watching. Trust me, there's some good things coming. This is the first time using my camcorder. I don't know when this will get uploaded because obviously I'm going to need to ask my lovely, wonderful hubby to post this for me via his laptop because I don't own one. So, bloody noisy road I live on. Anyway, take care everybody. Love you all. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that like button. Hit that bell so you know when I'm posting. And yeah, out.